I am the Whistler, and I know many things, for I walk by night. I know many strange tales hidden in the hearts of men and women who have stepped into the shadows. Yes, I know the nameless terrors of which they dare not speak. It began on a New Year's Eve, didn't it, Lydia? The night you reached a decision about marriage to Elliot Larkin.
Listen.
Oh, it's official now. A brand new year.
And a brand new life.
Elliot, I think I'd better be going in.
Well, look, Lydia, why don't we go in together? You can speak your piece, and I can back you up.
Darling, I've already told you. I want to speak to Uncle Philip alone.
But why waste New Year's? Good Lord, woman, it'll only take a minute.
Look, I love you. I'm going to marry you. But you might as well know this right now. When I make up my mind to something, I mean it.
Be honest, Lydia. Why are you marrying me?
Well, you dance well. You're very good looking. You have charm of a sort, and of course...
My money?
Your money.
You're a worldly woman.
And very practical. Kiss me, darling. Good night, Elliot.
Good night. Pick you up tomorrow at noon. We can get married in Greenville and then go up to Silver Lake Lodge for a couple of weeks.
Darling, you're so capable. You've got it all figured out for me, haven't you?
All except Uncle Philip.
Oh, just leave Uncle Philip to me. Good night.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Why, Uncle Philip?
Well, it's you at last.
Oh, you old darling waiting up for me.
There's a good reason for it. I want to talk to you, Lydia. Seriously, for once.
Yes, I know what that's going to be about. You don't approve of Elliot, do you? You think he's a fortune hunter, irresponsible and unworthy of me, while I'm so hard and thoughtless and gullible.
You through?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Sit down, Lydia. Now, please understand this. If I show any concern for Elliot Larkin, it's on his account, not yours. I mean that. In proper hands, Elliot might, just might, mind you, grow up into a decent human being. But with you, he hasn't got a chance.
Oh, Uncle Philip, just a minute.
Now, let me finish. That's beside the point, anyway. Lydia, you're just like your mother. The same selfishness, the same abysmal ignorance about the true meaning of marriage. You're not in love with this man. He's not in love with you.
Oh, you've got it all figured out, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Now, I'll come to the point. I will not approve your marriage to Elliot Larkin or to anyone else until you show some small understanding of the meaning of the word marriage, and until you're willing to recognize marriage as a sacred contract and not an adventure.
I see. Well, Uncle Philip, I'd be most grateful if you'd get down off that soapbox while I tell you something. I don't care what you think. I'm through listening to you. Do you understand? I'm going to marry Elliot tomorrow afternoon in Greenville, whether you approve or whether you don't. Oh, I'm sure he has a substantial income, quite enough for both of us. So I don't care about you or your money or what you think. It's my life, and I intend to live it as I please. Oh, we are leaving at noon tomorrow, Uncle Philip. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Nothing I can do about it? I want to see you right away. No, it's about my will. No, tomorrow morning certainly will not be all right. I said right away. That means now.
But good Lord, Phil, you can't do a thing like that now.
Why not?
Well, it's vicious. If there was ever any chance for the success of that marriage, it's destroyed by this thing. You can't play with people's lives as if they were puppets.
It's my money. I can do with it as I please. Now get this again. The new will is to provide that if Lydia and Elliot Larkin live together as man and wife under the same roof for a period of 10 years, they would receive the principal legacy of $500,000 jointly, or half to each, as they may choose. Failing this, the entire sum goes to the General Relief Fund. Got that?
That is quite clear.
Now, if during this period of 10 years either of them die by any means, then the entire sum becomes immediately payable to the survivor.
Look, Phil, I realize I'm in no position to question your moral code. But this idea it's vicious. Why, it'll set them at each other's throats.
Perhaps it will, Ballinger. Perhaps it will. It's sort of a test, you know. If I'm right, that this marriage means nothing to either of them, it'll destroy them. On the other hand, if I'm wrong, well, it'll be a real reward.
But, Philip, don't you see this isn't a will? It's a weapon.
Maybe. Of course, I know I won't be there to see how it works out, Ballinger, but you will. Now, you're to acquaint them with these provisions the moment I die. Naturally, there's a considerable sum for you to see that they're carried out to the letter. You know, Ballinger, I rather envy you. This could be rather interesting.
You went ahead, didn't you, Lydia? Married Elliot. And for nearly a year, you've been content. Until an evening in October after a football game. An evening that was to climax everything.
Oh, Johnny Gates. Imagine running into him that way.
I felt like a lost sheep with you two huddled together all afternoon.
I haven't seen him since college. You know, it was a pretty lucky break running into him that way.
Why a lucky break?
Well, Johnny's leaving his job, going to the Orient.
Oh?
Yeah, he works for a liquor outfit, cordials, that type of thing. At least that's the job he's leaving.
Yeah.
Pretty good job.
So?
Well, he's offered to recommend me to replace him, if I want it.
Oh, Elliot, you don't mean you're going to work?
Why not? Can't be a playboy all my life.
Darling, have you lost your senses?
Well, what's so funny about me going to work?
I can't help it. You working. I'll get it. Hello?
Mrs. Larkin?
Yes.
This is Mr. Ballinger, your uncle's lawyer.
I'm not at home to my uncle, Mr. Ballinger. You can tell him that.
Just a minute, Mrs. Larkin. I'm calling to tell you that your uncle passed away this afternoon.
Oh. I see.
Are you going to be home this evening?
Well, yes, we are, but,
It's my duty as his executor to read you the terms of his will.
Oh, just a moment, please. Uncle Philip said it's something about his will.
Let me talk to him.
No, I'll handle it. Mr. Ballinger, I'm afraid you don't understand my relationship with Uncle Philip.
Wait a minute.
What do you think you're doing?
I think it's time I knocked a little sense into that head of yours, Angel. You might as well know it now. We're broke.
What?
As close as you can get without having to sell the furniture. That's why I took Johnny Gates up on that job.
Hello?
But you had
Mrs.
money,
Larkin.
lots of it, you said.
Enough of it, I said, but I didn't say for how long. But never mind that now. I think you better tell Mr. Ballinger that we'd be very happy to see him. Go on.
Hello? Mr. Ballinger?
Yes.
You can come over right away.
How does it taste, dear?
What taste?
The humble pie.
I'm in no mood for that, Elliot. Why didn't you tell me?
You never asked me. You just went along with what everyone else believed about the Larkin fortune. I guess I was doing the same about yours.
You think that was fair?
Well, it works two ways, Angel. You see, I was under the impression that your Uncle Philip's worldly goods were practically in your pocket.
Oh, see. Well, you might as well know this right now, Elliot. I don't love you. I never have. And bright and early tomorrow morning, I'm leaving this house and I'm not coming back.
I'll miss you terribly.
Oh,
Where will you go?
does that matter?
No, I guess it doesn't. It's up to you, Lydia. Tomorrow. But tonight, on the other hand...
Oh, I'm sure you can find some amusement. I'll see Mr. Ballinger alone.
We'll see Mr. Ballinger together. You see, I'm more than a little curious as to what might be in that will.
Suit yourself.
Well, that's all there is to it, Lydia. I haven't left out anything.
Thank you.
Now, see here, Ballinger, this all seems rather unusual. I don't see how the...
Perfectly legal, if that's what you mean.
Oh, yes, I'm sure it is. I'm afraid, Elliot, you didn't know my Uncle Philip very well.
He was a wonderful man.
Yes.
Well, it's getting late if there are no more questions, Lydia.
Oh, no. No, it's all quite clear. Good night.
Good night, my dear. Good night, Larkin.
I'll see you out.
Amusement or the beginning of hysteria?
A little of each, I suppose. You must admit your uncle had quite a sense of humor. 10 years. 9 to go.
He's not going to beat me. I want that money. I'm going to get it.
But under the circumstances, Lydia...
Circumstances are unimportant. What counts most now is appearances.
I see. You mean put on an act for Ballinger?
Well, exactly.
Well, I guess there was a time I would have done almost anything for $500,000. But right now, I don't know.
What possible difference could it make to you, Elliot? You live your life, I'll live mine. No questions, no answers.
Except to the watchdog.
To Ballinger? Yes. We can handle him.
Well, I suppose I could give it a try. All right, dear. What's the first move?
Johnny Gates?
Johnny?
Why, yes. You're going to need that job now, Elliot. You have a wife and home to support.
As the weeks pass, you know the will for what it really is, an instrument of torture. Uncle Philip might as well be alive and laughing at you, telling you that you can't win. But through it all, you're determined that somehow, some way, you'll defeat Philip on his own ground. Then, on New Year's Eve, marking your first year together, a telephone call.
I thought you might be interested. Just got confirmation from the Home Office. I've got that job.
Johnny?
That's right. He's giving it up. Leaving right away.
Well, that's nice. Tonight I can drink champagne that's paid for.
About that, Lydia, I don't think we can have dinner until later. I'm helping Johnny celebrate.
Oh, well, don't worry about that either. We can cancel our dinner plans, Elliot, because I'm meeting Marty Bell at the Sky Room.
Marty Bell?
Well, don't tell me you object, darling.
Yes, I do, Lydia. I don't mind what you're doing. You know that. But I think you ought to stay out of public places.
Oh, is your new boss the type that insists on a happy home life?
He just might be. At any rate, I don't want you making a fool out of me.
Oh, darling, I wouldn't think of it. I wouldn't think of changing my plans either. So I'll see you tomorrow, Elliot.
You'll see me tonight if you're going down there with Belle. I'll come up to the Sky Room and...
And what? Oh, Elliot, don't play the jealous husband. That's really overdoing it. Goodbye. Oh, Marty, you're so amusing.
But I mean it, Lydia. I love you. I want want you to leave, Elliot.
Oh, stop it, Marty. Are you trying to break up the perfectly matched, adoring Larkin?
It isn't breaking anything up, and you know it. You're not fooling me, Lydia. You don't...
Stop it. Why, hello, Mr. Ballinger. This is an unexpected surprise.
Yes, I dare say.
Do you know Marty Bell? He's a friend of Elliot's.
How do you do?
He's been keeping me company while I wait for Elliot, but he has an appointment, so I wonder, Mr. Ballinger, would you sit in for a while? Marty, you've been a dear. I'll tell Elliot, but you can run along now.
Nice to have met you, Belle.
Yeah, same here. Goodbye, Lydia.
He's so nice.
Mm-hmm. Lydia, I've been intending to bring this up for some time. I'm disturbed about the things I've been hearing.
Things? What things?
About you and Elliot. You know, when there's any sign of trouble between you, you're on dangerous ground.
Sure, I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Ballinger. Everything's going beautifully.
Lydia, where is Elliot? It's New Year's Eve. You two should be together.
Well, of course we should. But the evening is young yet. As a matter of fact, I talked to Elliot a little while ago. He's going to be here.
You mind if I wait?
No, I'd appreciate it if you would. Oh, there's Elliot now. Will you excuse me? Elliot?
Oh, where's Marty? I want to talk to him.
Marty's not here. I sent him away. Ballinger's here.
Ballinger?
Smile, darling. He's looking right at us. Come on. Well, here he is, Mr. Ballinger. My stray lamb. Darling, you remember Mr. Ballinger, don't you?
Hello, Larkin.
How are you, Mr. Ballinger?
Well, if you'll permit me, I'd like to offer a toast on your anniversary. 1 year, isn't it?
That's right.
Yes, one beautiful year.
Yes, we can drink to that. And, of course, to your future. May you remain as happy as you are tonight.
At this moment, it all seems impossible, doesn't it, Lydia? 9 more years. But sacrificing the money is impossible, too, isn't it? Yes, Lydia, the money is still uppermost in your mind an hour later. You've got to keep up appearances in the face of Ballinger's suspicion.
I hope Ballinger didn't think it odd our leaving so early.
You heard me explain. Taking a friend to the airport.
Johnny Gates.
He's taking the midnight plane to Seattle. What I didn't tell Ballinger is that I'm going, too.
Your what?
Got my ticket. Suitcases in the back seat.
But Elliot, you can't possibly do this. Well, Ballinger's suspicious now. Whatever will he think if you go flying off somewhere on our anniversary?
I'm sorry, but it's my first assignment on the new job, and, well, the office is expecting me to wire him from Seattle in the morning.
But how could you agree to such a thing?
Well, maybe I've had all I can stand, Lydia.
For $500,000? Oh, don't be a fool, Elliot. Look, I'll do anything you say. I'll stay away from Marty Bell, anything, but please give me a chance.
Johnny's expecting me at the office. I don't see how we can change things now.
Oh, Elliot, there must be some way. You'd regret this, I know you would.
Oh, maybe Johnny can help us out. When we get there, why don't you go up with me? We can talk to him together.
Yes, all right. We'll almost be able to live out of your sample case, darling. It's good, Johnny.
Good job, too. Say, Elliot, maybe I'm a little slow to understand. Give me another rundown on that, huh?
Well, it's simple, Johnny. I'd just like an extra day here, that's all. You're flying up to Seattle anyhow. Couldn't you wire the office for me?
To cover you with the company.
That's right. That way, Lydia and I could celebrate our anniversary yet tonight. And, well, I could drop up in a day or two.
Well, I don't suppose there'll be anything doing over the holiday anyhow.
Not a thing. Only I hate to bake off on my first assignment.
No, it wouldn't be so good. Okay, pal, I'll handle it.
Swell.
I appreciate it, too, Johnny.
Forget it. Elliot's done plenty for me.
There's just one other thing, Johnny. I hate to turn in my ticket. You know, just in case the office should check.
I don't think they will.
Well, I hate to take the chance. Look, it doesn't matter to you. Why don't you turn in your ticket and take mine all the way through?
Well, if you feel safer about it.
I certainly would, Johnny.
Okay. I'll even check in your hotel for you.
Good.
Say, we better get going.
That's right.
I'll get my suitcase.
Satisfied, Lydia?
Perfectly.
Since we're making it look so good for Ballinger, how about going whole hog?
How'd you mean?
Well, after we drop Johnny at the airport, how'd you like to drive up to Silver Lake Lodge?
Oh, wonderful.
Remember the first time we were there? Brand new year. Brand new life.
Yes, I remember it perfectly, Elliot. I'd love to go. I think that's exactly the way to really convince Ballinger.
Well, Lydia, for the moment, you've won. But the worry of the future is on your mind. It was all you were thinking of as you and Elliot watched Johnny Gates off on Flight 27. Now, en route to Silver Lake Lodge, you wonder about those 9 long years ahead. Then as you approach the roadside cafe a few miles below the lodge...
Elliot, would you mind stopping here?
Sure.
I'd like to get some cigarettes. Oh, I'll be right back.
It's no hurry. Take your time.
Right.
Yes, ma'am?
I want some cigarettes, please.
Take your pick.
Oh.
A special flash, then back to the New Year's round-the-town celebration. Flight 27 of Peerless Airlines, northbound for Seattle, crashed and burned in an unexplained accident 1 hour ago. All on board were killed. Back to our program.
Too bad, huh?
Yes, terrible.
If at any time during these 10 years either one of them die, by any means, the entire sum is immediately payable to the survivor.
Lady. Your change, ma'am.
Keep it.
Thanks.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
That's all right.
There was a news flash on the radio while I was in the store. Did you hear it?
Newsflash? No, I just listening to the music. Hey, I was enjoying that.
Oh, we'll be at the lodge in a few minutes. Besides, right now, I'd like to think.
You think of Johnny Gates in the plane traveling under the name of Elliot Larkin. Then you think of the guns at the cabin, of how lonely it is there, of how easy it will be to dispose of Elliot's body in nearby Silver Lake.
Well, Lydia, our first year. 9 to go.
You know, somehow, Elliot, I don't think they're going to be so bad.
The story of Lydia Winters Larkin began on New Year's Eve, ended 1 year later, almost to the day. Only it ended in a police interrogation room with a confession of murder.
You got that, stenographer?
Yes, Lieutenant.
All right, read it back. The exact words.
I suppose I actually reached the decision that murder was the only real answer when I first heard the will read. It seemed the only way to get that $500,000 without waiting 9 years. The actual plan seemed clear and simple. I could use one of the guns at the lodge, dispose of the body in the lake nearby. Finally, the fact of Johnny Gates traveling on that airplane under the name of Elliot Larkin made it letter perfect, airtight. I certainly wouldn't have gone ahead if it hadn't seemed that way. So I did go ahead, committed murder. I make this confession of my own free will and not under any duress or coercion.
That all?
All but the signature.
You came awfully close to getting away with it.
I know.
Funny you're
here driving all night after killing her. Breaking your neck to be here in Seattle. Supposedly a plane crash victim. A dead man. Showing up as big as life.